Also, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about myself. So, I am a concert pianist and composer, and I've been playing since I was 4. And about 7 years ago, I also started to compose, and right now that is my biggest passion. I spend most of the time composing. However, in between of being a concert pianist and a composer, I also got really involved with yoga because of many different things, but partly because I really wanted to stretch my hands. As you can see, my hands are not quite large, and I always wanted to play Rhapsody on a Theme by Paganini. And because of that, I got really interested in yoga. I thought there must be a way to stretch my hands. And to cut the long story short, I took 2 years of my career, studied yoga professionally, and ended up getting a qualified degree as a yoga teacher. So therefore, later I created something called piano yoga because it does, it looks at a performance aspect from a very different point of view, not from a traditional point of view. So it looks at the way we play instruments, we relate to the music by taking into consideration the whole kind of holistic approach to that. And I've been working with many musicians, many professional musicians, and it's great. I always learn myself a lot, and I would say it's quite unique knowledge. So the idea of these master classes, which I'm doing in 2020 throughout the year, is to give people that information, which many professional musicians don't know. Many yoga people know it, from them it may be quite obvious, but not performers, and yet performers are the ones who really, really need it. And that's the reason for doing these master classes. So I invited people who are on my piano yoga mailing list to send me some questions or join live. And right now, as you can see, I have a hat, and I'm just gonna dig out some questions and answer. And if meanwhile you have any comments or questions, I can see, so please ask me. Okay, from Susan. I'm always putting off work I don't want to do. Well, Susan, many people are like you. Can your secret to channeling attention stop me procrastinating? And the reason Susan is asking these questions because the next masterclass I'm doing is actually about channeling attention. And first of all, Susan, many people do that. If we don't want to do something, we give information to our brain, and we suddenly find a lot of things which we think are far more important to do. But deep down, we always know that actually we are doing them just to avoid doing what we really don't want to do. So yes, the ideas and techniques which I will be giving at my masterclass, they actually apply to everything. And once you learn to channel your attention in the right way, you would know what technique to use and how to switch it and kind of leave your emotions behind. I mean, to be honest, I have sometimes things I don't want to do, and then at that point I always start cleaning the house or space around me. Otherwise, I don't really like cleaning, but if there's something I don't like more, that's what I'm starting doing. With this technique, which I will, and by the way, I want to tell you that our attention, it is, I think, I heard it from various professional NLP practitioners, but I really agree with them that our attention is our biggest currency, because everyone wants our attention. Like right now I'm talking to you, so I am basically taking some of your attention. And then of course on social media always wants our attention, politicians want our attention, etc., etc. So it's very good skill to have, to know when to give our attention to something and when not. And of course we all have emotions and we have feelings and hormones, but still, if you have certain technique, yes, Susan, I can definitely tell you the techniques which I will be talking about on my January masterclass. will help you definitely with all areas of life, not just playing piano, but everything and everything. Okay.